Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that?
Look at the story about first kisses. I've seen a beauty, by the way. I'll add that in a minute, but right now, let's talk about the two. They were on a bit of a date, which is nice. Reckless. She was 25. He's 18.
Is that reckless?
Well, what happened next was, Kate, I don't have an issue with the age difference. She's the older woman and she has snagged herself a cute man. They were driving at the time when the 18-year-old boyfriend decided to change the music. While doing so, she thought his attempt to change the music as he leant into the centre was an invitation for the kiss. So while they're driving, she leans over to give him a bit of a kiss. They had not kissed before. I mean, at least kind of pull the car over, I would think. If you read the play and you realised there was a moment, you're like, hold on a tick, indicate mirrors, head check, and then pull over.
But maybe that's putting a lot of pressure on the first kiss. Maybe like a little smooch, like an afterthought, like we're just so comfortable in each other's company, we just happened to kiss and oh my goodness, it's happened, and wow, it was amazing and natural.
It certainly happened because the car went off the road, it then rolled, lost control. The good news is they are okay, but the car was found on its side, as you'll see in these photos, with the passengers still kissing inside. No, they weren't.
Perfect line leading up to the kiss too would be, I think we should get out of first gear, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
yeah, why don't we go
smooth?
Why don't we go off-road in this Mitsubishi?
It's do you know what? I wonder if there was chemistry as the car was rolling. Like
he landed on top of her and thought, hang on a minute, we've really jumped into it here.
Well, it's, you know what, like first kisses are disaster stories. 13, 24, 10 get involved. Do you know what the big one was in our era? Was spin the bottle was a big one for first kisses, which was always hard because you had an audience and you didn't.
Never did it.
Well, it kicks the fun out of it, really, doesn't it?
It does.
Maybe it was the first version. We didn't have reality TV, so it was a bit more of that voyeurism. It's like spin the bottle. Who are we going to watch do something for the first time?
Fitz, were you embarrassed or you?
No. Well, that was in high school. My second kiss was spin the bottle. First kiss was Kate Ridley at the Year 7 graduation. But they put up two barriers, and everyone who had a boyfriend-girlfriend had to go in there, and everyone counted how long you could kiss for, Kate. And I reckon, I remember Stephen Atkinson got like a minute 15. I'm going, what? First of all, how much saliva do you have?
That's a long time.
I know. Well, I only got to about 25 seconds and that was it. I was done.
It's a lot of
it was
time.
really disappointing. Everyone was, mate, you've just blown your chance. Kate Ridley will never be coming back.
Yeah.
We went to different high schools and it was done and dusted. Second was spin the bottle.
Yeah. Tommy hates me telling this story, but I'm going to go for it. I was at the pub one time.
This is graphic, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. I was at the pub and everyone was having a great time, and there was a guy and a girl there, and they hadn't met before, but they were getting on really well, and they'd had a few drinks. It was sort of towards the end of the night, because I remember maybe the barman had even called last drinks, and someone said, let's have a shot. So we went to the bar. Anyway, so we had a shot of tequila, I think, because it was lemon and salt, and and they were flirting because I think he licked the lemon off her hand, the salt off her hand, and then he went in for the kiss. The kiss lasted probably 1 second before she vomited in his mouth.
Was that first kiss?
Yep, first kiss, and they then pulled apart, and the vomit then went down the front of the two of them.
Oh, did it hit her stomach and come straight back up or something?
And then I was the only one that saw the two of them. As he looked at me, realised I'd witnessed it, and they went off to the bathroom to get cleaned up, and he just looked at me and said, don't tell anyone. I mean, we're on air now, I suppose. I've kind of gone against his wish.
Just, Kate, give us a name. Who was your first kiss? Give us a name. Come on. Don't make it up.
Craig?
He's not going to ring in the show.
It was Milko.
Can't make out with an imaginary friend.
You are better than this. You're better than this.
I don't think I have a name. Maybe I'll try and think of one.
What are you talking about? I'll try and think of one. There only is one.
Tell us the story behind it next as well, if you can. Karen in DY, you had a first kiss fail?
Oh, absolutely. It was my 12th birthday, and we were playing Spin the Bottle.
Yep.
And my youngest sister, who was only 2 at the time, picked the bottle up, an old Coke bottle, glass, and hit my boyfriend over the head with it.
Did you crack him open?
It knocked him out.
Oh, wow.
And then you kissed him, which was a bit weird, Karen.
He doesn't remember it.
Yeah, that was very weird.
I can't believe you taught him to do that.
That is so good. She's like, stay away from my sister. Tyler in New South Wales, your first kiss. Disaster?
It was pretty bad. It was, it wasn't too bad. It was a fun experience, but it freaked me out. So it was my Year 12 after party. I was on the dance floor and I was a bit drunk, Year 12 after party things. A girl came up and just grabbed me by the face, started kissing me, and it freaked me out. And then a couple of minutes later, another girl came up and did the same thing.
Yeah.
So I called my mum to pick me up because I wasn't feeling well. I went home, I vomited.
Awesome.
A week later, I got glandular fever.
Awesome. The kissing disease.
Oh, see, that's what kissing will do to
Oh
you.
my! You were abused, weren't you, Tyler? You were used as a piece of meat because you were such a great catch.
Well, maybe they knew it was your first kiss, and the couple of the girls said, "You know what? Let's be the first."
Yeah, let's
What
get
a-
in there.
What a roller coaster! Do you regret getting glandular fever, or you were still up for those 2 kisses, Tyler? You wouldn't change a thing.
Look, I wouldn't change it. It was a fun experience, but I don't know how they knew it would have been my first kiss unless someone told them.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
I
You were
guess
telling
so.
everyone on the night,
Yeah, I
Tyler.
know. How's the kissing career been since then?
Yeah, slow.
Slow. Yeah, that's okay. Take it slow.
Tyler
No
could be
crime
in
in
the running.
that.
Working.
He could be in the running for the singles party.
He could.
This kiss.
Have we got Brianna on the Central Coast? Is Brianna there?
Unstoppable.
No.
Well,
No,
do you know
she's not
what,
there.
Kate? Should we go to
she's
yours?
back. Brianna's
Brianna's
there.
there.
Oh, well, Brianna's there. Good morning, Brianna.
Good morning.
Are you going to dob in a friend?
Sorry?
Are you going to dob in a friend?
No. So I'm Big Tony's missus.
Oh, Brianna!
So through
Hello,
traffic.
darling. If you're listening, I did hear a little shout out.
Oh, see, that's magnificent.
you
Fell in
sound
love
in
through
love.
traffic dating, Brianna, and you've got a little beautiful child now, Orlando.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about the first kiss with Big Tony? How did that go down?
Well, he is quite tall and I'm quite short, so it was a bit of a, oh, is he coming in for a kiss?
That is awesome.
But it was the best kiss of my life.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's the little
And
one.
there's the little baby. You guys sound like you really like each other and you're in love.
This is such a good story, isn't
Definitely.
it? Brandy, we love celebrating you. Thank you for calling the show, and we want to welcome you to our singles party as well. You and Big Tony need to be there, but Brianna, stay on the line because Kate's going to give you the story about her first kiss.
I think it was a spin the bottle experience.
You're making it up.
No. The thing with me is, I don't know. This is going to get really heavy.
You do know.
No,
Everybody
because,
remembers their first kiss.
no, they don't.
Yes, they
because
do.
I've had some strange, messed up parallel childhood, and I'm not joking. Sometimes I don't know if things I did were what I did or what Sally did, and
Are
I'm
you
not
s-
joking.
Are you? Well, actually, can I ask this question? Was on air? Was that your first kiss on air?
I don't know.
Different thing.
But what I know is that I went to a party when I was in Year 6 at Tamara Wolzak's house, and she was like cool, way
Yeah.
cooler than I could ever be.
Yeah.
And I think we played Spin the Bottle or something, and I'm sure I kissed a boy called David. Hi, David. But then I see photos of Sally in a hippie outfit kissing some boy called Troy while Pippa and Michael peered in the kitchen window of the Summer Bay house, and they were mortified that little Sally was having a kiss. And I don't know
Which one's real?
if I know which one's Sally and which one's Kate, but I don't know which one happened when, or whether my real life experience I've made up in my head to make myself feel
God.
better.
I wish I'd never asked.
Actually, that's
Oh, there's a can of worms here, isn't there?
It's an interesting question, though, that when they're asked in the script, when it says that you need to kiss someone at that young age, I mean, obviously they'd have to get
permission. No
approval from your parents.
not in the old days.
You
I mean,
don't-
anyone could do anything. I know now when you work on a television show, you've actually even got to fill out insurance forms around like whether you get cold sores or
shivers.
whether you have to do certain things, and then they have someone on set monitoring all this stuff. Back then it was just like, I don't think anyone even asked me whether I'd had a first kiss or not. It was just like, hey, today we're going to talk about you getting boobs and wearing your first bra, and then maybe tomorrow we'll have your first kiss, and we're not going to ask whether you've had your first kiss or not. I guess we're just going to put you up there with someone you haven't met. But I probably had my first kiss before Sally did, because I'm sure they asked all around the country for someone to kiss me, and they just couldn't find anyone that would do
Katie,
it.
this is a serious question.
Did you call me Katie?
Sorry about that. Kato, this is a serious question. Do you use tongue when you kiss on camera? Because my understanding is you don't, but then I kind of feel like the tongue action is the selling point to make a kiss look believable.
Well,
Yeah,
you
but you
don't
don't
see
need-
the tongue. You don't see the tongue on
don't.
camera.
But the tongue guides the rhythm of the kiss,
Oh my god!
doesn't it? So if you were just to open...
Well, I think for you'd need a stunt double if you did kissing scenes with a tongue like that.
Because it's too big.
It's massive. But I do think
Do you
that
know what I mean? Could you answer the
doesn't
question?
guide
No, you
the
don't. You
rhythm at
don't
all.
need.
There
You
you
don't
go,
need to
Fitz.
use tongue in Summer Bay.
No.
Well, I don't think you do.
And
I
that's
mean,
what
I
makes
never
you-
offered it up.
That's what makes you a great actor.
A great actress.
Actor.
Actor.
Doesn't matter whether you're a boy
performer.
or a girl. You're an actor. And you're great at it, and that's why this country celebrated you for so long with 2 gold Logies.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
A very, very exciting guest joins us.
The magnificent David Walliams.
Good morning.
Oh, it's so nice to see your face, David.
Kate, do you want us...
It's nice to see you, Kate. You're very special to me because we had some time together, didn't we, on AGT?
We did.
enjoyed it.
I had my fingers crossed that I would be seated beside David. When they work out the seating arrangements for AGT, where you sat on the kind of the far right camera side, is that a special spot? Like, do you have to put dibs in?
If your politics are far right, they put you far right of the panel.
So did you request to be as far away from Shane Jacobson as possible, did you?
Whoa, meow, meow. No, Kate, we got to know each other quite a lot, and just to say, Jim sends his love.
Thank you very much.
Who's Jim? Who's Jim?
No one. Okay, David, do you know what?
David?
Okay, no, do you know what? You think you're so clever right now, David Walliams, but there are so many things I could be saying about you right now, and I thought, oh no, don't say it on the radio, but you have opened a can of worms.
Keep
Worms,
dropping
yeah.
bombs, David
Who
Williams.
was Jim a contestant?
He must
Yes.
have been. Must have been.
No, Jim is from a
Tell me about
past
that.
life. We both
She
know.
told me about it, Jim. It was kind of the love of her life, Jim.
Oh my God, we've never heard about Jim.
And I spoke to him. And
what did he say?
He said he didn't remember you.
So he must have been on
David.
Home and Away, was he?
No, he was. He
Okay, let's move on from Jim. Because
He certainly. Oh my goodness, David! I was hoping that the next time you were going to be in Australia, we would be alongside each other on the desk, sharing stories and talking fashion.
Well, we seem to have killed that show off, Kate, because it's not come back since, is it?
Have you had any conversations about Australia's Got Talent returning?
No, it's all gone very, very quiet. But I have been asked to do Tasmania's Got Talent. So, the whole series just lasts 5 minutes. But
Slightly smaller pool, I think.
yeah, a slightly different, sort of smaller gene pool. We. No, I haven't been asked, but I guess he's not coming back. But there you go.
What can we expect with an audience with David Walliams? What is it? Just a comedy show, or can we ask questions?
It's a comedy show, so I think it'll be spontaneous in places and fun, but obviously there's stories I really want to tell. There's clips I want to show people that have never been seen before.
Right.
But I just want people to come away after 2 hours of having had a really great night's entertainment.
Right.
Oh, actually, I've got a question for you, and I've never
Yeah.
asked this
There you go.
of you before. With your name Walliams, was it always Walliams, or did you change the I to an A just to annoy everyone and have a point of difference?
Good question.
Yeah, I just made it up. Basically, it's a boring story, but if you join the Actors Union Equity in the UK, you have to have a unique name. It's so, say, for example, I was also called Ian McKellen, right? I would be getting all his checks, like royalty checks and stuff. And so you have to have one name. So stupidly, I thought it was funny to call myself David Walliams. And I had no idea that I would see that stupid name on like books and all that kind of stuff. So I'm sorry. But it means I'm unique.
David, can you come into the studio in September? Can you come and say hello to us and give us a hug?
Yeah, me and Jim are coming over. Yeah, I'm going to bring Jim.
See, is Jim the same as Milko? Is he an imaginary character from Home and Away?
It's Jim Jeffries.
It's not Jim Jeffries. It's someone who basically is twice the age and twice the weight of Jim Jeffries.
Oh my, you are out of control.
But I'm enjoying every bit of this, David.
We love you, David. We would love to see you in the studio when you're here.
I will
sir.
definitely come into the studio and I will work out all your romantic problems. Okay?
This is great.
Thank you, David Walliams. Good
See
to
you,
see
mate.
you, buddy.
Thank you very much. Have a great day, guys.
See you, sir.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
This is a dating disaster, okay? This guy, during COVID, he was a little bit bored. So he opened up a, not fit for work Twitter account.
Sure.
And he just thought, look, this is harmless. Everybody's looking for entertainment in all of these interesting places. I'm going to open up an account. And he was added to this group chat. So there's about a dozen people.
Fun.
Great.
I didn't think the story was going to go here, but I've just read he said that all they would do, the group chat, was basically just a place where we all sent nudes back and forth and asked each other for opinions, etc. It was pretty fun, to be honest, and I can't lie, having a basically anonymous group of people praising your body daily is pretty nice.
So are you saying no heads included?
No.
You just take photos of your body.
Yeah, very bad idea.
And then send it through and go, hey, how you ranking this morning?
Yeah, it was that kind of thing.
Rate my rig.
So they didn't know each other, but then they kind of really knew each other.
Yeah.
Anyway, he started chatting. One of the girls on the group her name was Bella, and he took a shining to her.
Okay.
And so out of the 12, he would chat to her more
So
regularly.
he'd seen Bella in the nude?
Well, I would
photos of-
imagine so. As far
obviously.
as far
They're
as
certainly nudes.
yeah, as far as photos go, then
It's really graphic.
yes. Anyway, so they'd back and forth. Not a lot of contact during COVID. This kind of went on for 2 years.
Oh my God.
And he was saying that he felt as though he fell in love with this person.
It's quite cute. Hasn't even seen her face.
Yeah, exactly. It's really, really cute. Anyway, what happens is it all starts to come together when his dad decides to plan a family holiday, and the family holidays to like Niagara Falls. Right. This is stories out of the US, and he says to this Bella or this person, "I'm not going to have a lot of service. I'm going to be going away
You won't get to see it
for
for
the
a while."
weekend." And Bella says, "Oh my goodness, snap. I'm going away for the weekend and I don't think my family has said that there's not going to be a lot of service either." They go away, right? And over the course of the weekend, from things that they are telling each other about the weekend, he realises that the person he's been sending photos back and forth to is his sister who he's on holidays with. Does that make... You're not listening.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, no,
He's been, for 2 years plus, he's been looking at nudes of his sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
what?
quite-
So no one. They're all anonymous. No one knows who each other is. But he falls in love with an anonymous person, and it's his sister.
Well, it's COVID. It's COVID, and then finally you can get back together. They get back together as a family. I mean, look, I think... And you correct me if I'm wrong.
You'd know
if
what
I
your brothers
saw
look
a
like.
nude photo of anyone in my family, I'd go, well, that's Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Heather.
I
You
agree
don't
with
need
you.
to say her name, mate.
You remember family members. You do.
Don't you reckon? Don't you think that this bloke would know Bella, his sister, even if it wasn't the name, even if her name was Amanda?
If you accidentally received a photo, Fitzy, of your sister Holly and you didn't know where it came from, you would look at that and go, oh, yeah, it's the old sis. She's grown up a bit.
I would have a pretty good idea.
Really?
And my mum and your mum, I'd have a pretty good idea as well.
That'd be clear. That would be... Oh, Christine, not again.
You give me a line-up and I'll pick Christine straight away.
Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.